Hello, my name is Troy White, portfolio manager and a financial planner at Hoodoo Financial. Today, the topic came to my mind. I want to talk to you about it, share it with you, dive into it, figure it out. The question is, why should an entrepreneur start investing in the stock market before they start their company? Okay, let's dive in right now. So let's say you got a company you want to start and you just figured that out today. Okay, you need to start investing right now because you're going to need startup money. First of all, we know that, right? So I'm just going to start right now. I have no predetermined text for you, right? Start. If you're going to start a business, you're going to need some money. So we're going to start a business. So we're going to also start investing. So why? Because you're going to need some money to do this, to start that business. And you will probably experience this, is that there's never enough money to achieve the thing that you're trying to do, or at least at the outset. But what I want to point out is you're not going to have enough of this at first. And doing this is what's going to get you this. And the gist of what I want to say, I could really just probably tell it to you in one sentence, or one paragraph. And it takes money to make money. So that's not even a whole paragraph, not even a whole sentence. But fundamentally, that's why. So let's just talk about it a little bit. So you want to start your business and it costs, first off, you need to itemize the startup costs. So figure out everything that it's going to cost you to start this business. Everything. I don't like doing all this talking and writing at the same time, unless you are right here with me. All right, you need to know everything it costs. So, is it going to, whether that's the building costs, the, for a physical location, then you have to put stuff in it. If this is an ice cream shop, you're going to need the freezers that that are behind the counter. If this is a bar and grill, you're going to need a bar and you're going to need a grill, and you're going to need the alcohol to make the drinks. You're going to need the other inventories required to make the burgers and the steaks or whatever you do. But no matter, we could just go do that all day. We could talk about each business and all of the physical things that are going to be required to produce the product that's being sold. Whether that's a physical product or a service, you're still going to need investment capital to get that started. So, scenarios. So, you're not going to have enough to start with. My suggestion to folks who I work with is we need to develop a time horizon and financial plan. So, for instance, let's say, all right, first of all, give yourself 3 years. If you're starting right now, give yourself 3 years. Well, I don't give myself 3 years. Well, I'm not saying take 3 years to get it done. I'm saying give yourself 3 years mentally. And here's how we're going to do it. And I'm going to talk about some tax issues as well. And I'm not I'm not a CPA. I'm not your tax preparer. And I ain't got nothing to do with taxes, is what I'm trying to get to. I'm not a lawyer. So don't take what I'm telling you in relation to taxes as advice that you just go follow without getting any consultation from a professional in that area. In fact, don't take anything I'm telling you as advice for you specifically. I don't know your personal situation. So, but take this as information to some, like that. Well, what Arsenio used to say, things that make you go, like that. So, I said 3 years. Why I'm saying 3 years, right? I'm saying that because 3 years is also a time in relation to your taxes at which you could take these losses on a particular business, and they don't consider it a hobby until the IRS does not consider it a hobby unless you've consistently lost money at doing this thing for either it's 3 years or it's 5 years. But I don't want you to wait 5, right? But I'm specifically targeting that 3-year time horizon. Why? All right, we don't have the money to start the business, right? Okay, where am I going to get this money from? Well, I'm suggesting that you use your own money. And I'm suggesting you use the money that you gave the IRS. So I'm saying, how about we get that money back that I already gave them and use it for my business? T-Roy, how I'm going to do that? I already gave them the money and they're not going to give it back to me. Boy, you heard of a tax return, right? So understand that when you have a business, when you're an entrepreneur, you're a different person now. You're not a regular consumer no more. At that point, the expenses of your daily life can be recategorized as expenses that you use to advance or to operate or to research or to consult with folks, people, things that are related to your business. So in a nutshell, what I'm saying, that's a business expense. So things that were not business expenses before you decided to create your business are now business expenses because they are expenses that have something to do related to what you're doing, right? You've heard the story of, okay, well, we're going to talk business at lunch so that I can make this a business deduction, right? But really, you're just meeting with your friend. But hey, how about we really make it a business expense? How about I really pitch my friend? So it's $100 dinner and you got 2 people, you talk to them on finance and investment, then I'm deducting that, right? So what I'm trying to say is if you needed $20,000 to start your business, you need to get $20,000 back on your tax returns. Period. How am I going to do that? Hey, go talk to your tax planner. You need to do tax planning. Just like I'm a financial planner. Plan your finances. Well, you should plan your taxes as well. There is such a thing as tax planning. You've heard of tax preparer, right? That's the person who just prepares your tax return based on the facts that you gave them. Well, what I'm telling you is maybe the same person who does your taxes, or maybe you need to go find a CPA or a specialist of some sort, but you need to engage in tax planning because we need to get that money so you can spend that on this. So let's say, like I said, let's say you need $20,000. Okay, over 3 years, that's $7,000, $7,000, $7,000. You can get that back on your taxes. If you have a reasonable salary, one of these salaries that working individuals have in America, you could do that. You could get your money. You paying them more than that in taxes. So how about we retrieve those dollars? So that's first. That's a strategy, right? Over this 3-year time horizon. Also, over those 3 years, you have a 3-year plan to repair your credit. Hey, if your credit is A1 already, that's a whole nother story. You need to be watching a different video. Then there's a different strategy for you to take right now. But I'm assuming that your credit is not that great and you don't have no money right now. And so those people need to start with the tax planning and the credit repair or credit planning as well. In fact, I have a course that you could take called the Credit Continuum. Go to my Teachable site. It's Hoodoo Educators at Teachable, and or go to my website. You can find it through there. And I have a course, Credit Continuum, that'll help you in that regard. All right, but plan to receive more of your money back. Let's get it back from the government, and let's prepare your credit profile to be such that is going to get a lender interested in giving you this amount right here, whatever that amount is. All right. What's going to happen is, remember, at all times we want to use other people's money to achieve your goal. So that's a lender. So we need to build your profile to fit the requirements of these lenders. Back to financial planning. There are every lender for every loan, they have the loan details, the requirements, the underwriting guidelines, underwriting requirements. What that means is you could go ask them, say, send me the sheet. You could go on the website and look. It's going to tell you right there. Your LTV has to be such. You got to have this much debt to income ratio. You got to have, credit score of this amount. You have to have this much down payment. You got, all these, whatever the particulars are. And then through financial planning, we make your lifestyle, your financial profile fit the requirements for that. And that's why I said the 3 years. It may take 3 years to get for your tax planning and retrieve your tax dollars. It may take 3 years to retrieve enough. We said we need 20 G's, that's 777, that's to be 21. And then we said we need your credit profile to be ideal. So it could take 3 years to get that happening. And then we need to get your financial planning profile in order. And that meaning from the ratio analysis, if we need to cut down on some debt and save more, all these things, whatever the factors required to access the money, that's what we're going to do from a financial plan standpoint. So it's building yourself to become the ideal candidate in the eyes of the underwriters so that you can access resources. Okay, bam. I ain't saying nothing about investing though, right? Okay, so as we get them 777s from your tax return, and we need to do something with it. So understand there's always that risk-reward trade-off. So you don't want no idle money sitting around. Your money should be doing something at all times. So as you get your tax return, through your financial planning, you have already identified your goals and your needs. One of your goals and needs is to invest for your business that you will open in 3 years. Pause. I forgot to tell you, we're not opening it in 3 years. We opening it that day you said you was going to do it, because many lenders want you to be in business for 3 years. Now you see where I'm coming from. So if you had the money and all this stuff and for the little bits of money, you can't go to the lender to get the big bit because you haven't even been in business for 3 years, but you've been putting this plan together for 3 years. But damn, man, you should have went and opened the business 3 years ago. We should be claiming that on our taxes for 3 years. That's what I'm saying. So that we can have a profile and say, hey, I've been doing this. And so at some point, they want to see you profitable too. So that's more on the planning side. So we're talking about business planning. So, do I want to look profitable? Okay, well it's a different tax profile. It's a different reporting. You report now. Remember, your president don't do his taxes like broke people. He do his taxes to get the maximum benefit for him and his business. So follow your president. Do like your president. So I would say your president is gaffling. Hey, but he set the standard. That's how you're supposed to run it. He follow them. Follow the leader. So you should be getting back as much taxes as you want, and you should have your business set up from day one, and you should report the way is gonna make it ideal for you. Don't break no law. Your president didn't break no law, so just do what he did. So again, talk to your tax planner, talk to your business planner, talk to your financial planner about the best strategies for your personal circumstances. I'm giving you overall guidelines on some of the things you can do. So, all right, so the 3 years. So over 3 years, you've been retrieving your tax returns based on deducting business expenses. You're getting a higher return now because you're utilizing some business expenses. I ain't even got this microphone plugged in. Let's see if it sounds better after I plug this in. So you got better. You got so you're making some better choices now because your business is now a real entity with real expenses that you are really planning to really utilize this. You're really building this machine to really take off and skyrocket. So over 3 years, you can do that. You can do that with your tax. You can do that with your financial planning, and you can do that with your credit planning. But now you need to actually be taking some actions. And what I'm saying is those actions, you should have an investment account for your business, for Joe Blow's Tacos or whatever you got, Joe Blow taco stand, right? So you need to have an account for your taco stand. So over these 3 years, we opened an investment account and we are investing based on the profile of you and your business. But fundamentally, this is a short-term time horizon because you plan to open this taco stand, this taco truck or whatever in 3 years. So we're gonna itemize everything. Remember, we need to know everything it's gonna cost us. How much do it cost for this taco stand, this taco truck? And so we have been investing those sevens, and we're trying to get a better return. We don't want to just sit there because what also happens, we don't want to prepare for failure, but we want to be prepared for everything. And so what happens is sometimes you think it's going to take 3 years, but it takes 4. You think it was going to take 3 years, but it took 5. Or you thought it was going to take 3 years, but it took 1. But the point is, if you're not investing and having some money available to use, it's not going to happen at all. And here's why. Remember I said we want to use the bank's money or some other financial institution to give you the resources, or an investor, right? But the only way you can convince investors, lenders to give you money, you got to sprinkle money around. I don't mean you got to bribe them, but money have to get spent. Here's what I mean. You're going to need a logo, right? You got to pay somebody to do that. You're going to need a website, right? You got to pay somebody to do that. You're going to need a P.O. box. You got to pay for that. You're going to need letterhead. You're going to need video equipment, possibly. Communications equipment, computer, software. It's a lot of things that you're going to need that you pretty much need this stuff in order to convince an investor to give you more money. So, and what I'm saying is, it's the difference. So when you tell your friend, hey man, we could do this. We could do that. If we put our money together, we could do, it's always people with these great, grandiose ideas, but they will remain grandiose ideas until they involve action. Action speaks louder than words. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. It's some others. But the point is saving that money and investing those resources while you do your research, while you are preparing in these other areas. We need to do that because it's going to require us to sprinkle dollars here and there, some sort of way. But that's where when they say it takes money to make money, it don't mean, well, you got to have half. It means that we can't even convince nobody to give us no money. We can't even, this is really, it actually is not a good investment for any investor. If you didn't do the groundwork, the legwork, the preparation work, the pre-building, you got to build the foundation. Did you know that if you had just a flat ground, you're not going to get a loan to build a house. But if you built the foundation, they'll give you a loan to build the rest of the house. But it's not going to be no loan for raw land. You're not going to get it. So, all right, let's keep moving on. So, what I'm trying to say, start now. Start investing your dollars. And I hope I don't need to convince you that you need to be an entrepreneur. Every person who is listening to me needs to engage in entrepreneurial activity. So how you going to do it? You got to get started. Well, how am I going to get started? You got to start planning. Well, what am I planning for? Plan to achieve your damn goal. Itemize it. You can start with the research right now. You can turn this off and go start doing the research right now and start writing down. You can itemize every expense. And you're going to miss a lot of them expenses. You ain't even going to know. You're going to think you itemized everything, but you're going to find out you didn't. And that's natural because you're still going to be learning as you go. Even if you think you learned it all, it's details to the details. So investing is required each step along the way. And then let's say the 3 years have passed, you get your business going, and you're actually making some money now. Doesn't have to be a lot. It might just be a little. But my point here is, even as you make money, you have to invest it, right? Every dollar unless you just spending every dollar that comes into the business for yourself, that's not planning for success. So even after your business is open, that account that you started in the beginning is probably going to be the account for your working capital or saving for the next step that you're about to take. You planned your business in stages. You achieved stage 1. Now it's time for step 2. You achieved stage 2. Now it's time for step 3. And then you've achieved step 3. Now it's time for stage 4, and so on and so on and so on. So sometimes that means I got to get a bigger machine because I'm selling more widgets. So I got to press up more records or something, whatever it is. So I got to get, like say, back when people was burning CDs. Well, you start slinging CDs so much, you got to burn 10 at a time. So you got a bigger machine. 10 at a time, you start selling more than that. Maybe you get a couple people selling CDs for you now. You might have 40 CD burners in the room. And press go on one and they all start burning. That's how it used to be. I don't know what they do now. I don't know if they make a CDs like that. So that's it. I ain't gonna go no further. I think my camera is gonna run out of juice pretty soon anyway. But it's nice talking to you. Just dropping a little bit of information. If you have any questions about it, feel free to contact me. And please visit my website, www.hoodoofinancial.com. Hoodoo is Hoodoo. And then visit me on Instagram, Hoodoo Financial. Visit me on YouTube, where you're probably watching this, Hoodoo Financial. Visit me on, go to check out my courses, and that's https://hoodoo educators.teachable. And if you're watching this video on some of the friendly platforms who are friendly to me, then please like and share them. Let's boost up these sites. Let's get this information out there to our constituents, to our community. And if there's anything I can help you with, feel free to reach out to me. I love talking to you. I appreciate you listening. Talk to you later. Holla.